guys, and welcome to what is my first video. And well, it's gonna be entirely, this channel is gonna be mostly on cars, and it's starting with the purchase of this, a 1992 Toyota MR2. And yeah, it's just going to be basically a recording of my journey with this car and going to meets, the weekends that I work on it, and stuff like that. Yeah. So everything is mechanically perfectly reliable with this car. Here it is. This is the 5SFE engine, and well, it definitely doesn't put too much power down, but it's still completely mechanically like all good. There's barely any rust on this car, which is very nice, especially for a very much steel-based 90s Toyota. And so yeah, this engine, just talking a little bit about the car, it's got a few little upgrades, like these injectors and an oil catch can right there. This engine is actually not originally from this car. It has around 128,000 miles, and which is definitely a lot less than the car has, because if, let me close this, knock it down, there we go. If we go over here and look at the dash, that is relatively high miles. I don't know why it's, there we go. That's a lot of miles, and definitely a lot more than that SFE engine. So I've taken down the T-tops. They're in the trunk. I can show those in a bit. But the reason I've taken them off is because since purchasing this car, this window window does not want to go back up. So the motor is fine because the window is perfectly fine going down. It's just it seems like something's blocking it, or I don't know, maybe one of the switches has come loose or something. It doesn't want to go back up. So I'm gonna have to take off the door panel to at least get the window back up in the meantime. But another problem is that water likes to leak from this corner here into the car. When basically like this corner between the window and the T-top, it just starts to drip down onto the side of the seat. And yes, that is another problem that I have with the car. It has ripped seats. Not the worst ripped seats, and I'm just going to have to sew it together or patch it or something in the meantime, because I don't feel like buying new seats. I'm not that rich. So yeah, taking a look at the back of the car, has these Zenki taillights because this is a 1992, and the Kuki taillights came in 1993, I believe. Which, I mean, sure, the Kukis look nicer, but these are still very nice and a nice polish job, and they will look hopefully new. However, it's the same story for the back. The paint job just isn't the most brilliant. It is starting to crack along the back here. It looks like the paint that was used just isn't adhering to plastic, because on the metal parts of the body it's not really having too many troubles. It's just on the plastics that it's starting to peel up. So that's going to have to get addressed for the moment. However, I don't plan on keeping it concrete gray. It's not exactly my favorite color, but I mean, yeah, painting it myself is at least going to turn it from a 4 out of 10 to like a 7 out of 10, and it'll make it look like that while I address some other issues with the car. A few other things. It has aftermarket rotors. These are, I think, from what I've looked up, they're Motegi wheels, which have obviously been painted because they don't look that great in shape. The paint in general doesn't look like it's in very great shape, especially with this right here. So this was from not the last owner, but 2 owners ago, I think, is what I understood on the car. And, well, it looks like it wasn't the greatest of jobs, or it's just been a while. And so, yeah, obviously this car wasn't concrete gray stock. It was definitely red, if you can see there, and a few of the other places, like down in here. Yeah, the red is definitely starting to come through. So definitely gonna have to address that, because, well, I mean, like I said, the car doesn't have very much rust at all. This is the only spot that I really know. So that is going to have to be addressed very quickly so that it doesn't spread to the rest of the car. And yeah. So with this channel, what's going to happen is, well, it's going to be a channel where I basically tackle pieces and bits of this car on weekends that I come home, because I'm this car is staying with my parents. And in the meantime, when I go to school, I also work, and I just save money, then bring that money around and invest in the car. So yeah, basically what videos for this, what's going to happen is whenever I come home and I have work to do on the car, I record the videos for it. And so it's just going to basically be turning into weekend projects, and then bigger projects when I'm home for breaks and stuff. But for the most part, weekend projects, such as this weekend. So I'll be honest with you, this is my 5th time driving a stick shift, and that includes 3 times that I've driven it like a mile this weekend. So I'm not exactly the most smooth operator. I don't know if you watch F1, but that's Carlos Sainz, F1's. He's a smooth operator. But I'm just gonna go ahead and record a video of me trying to drive this car. This is honestly the easiest stick shift that I've ever driven, and that is because I've driven a 2020 Civic Si and a 2021 Renault Twingo.
Liberté, égalité, Renault Coupé.
And this car is the easiest of them. I don't know why. It's definitely the oldest, and it does have an exity clutch, I think, but I've heard that those clutches aren't too bad, but they're obviously not going to hold any power. That's not my priority. It is nice, so I'm definitely very happy with it. So we'll go ahead and start it and get going. Like I said, I'm not exactly the most smooth operator, but this is definitely the easiest manual car I've ever driven, so absolute joy. Right, so we're gonna start fixing this bumper right here. I'm gonna start with this little crack going down through it, and sand away all the peeling paint. And then we're also going to start going at metal areas like this, try and sand down the little starts of rust, trying to prevent rust from showing up on this car. So I think that would be best. May have to take off the front bumper just because there's a little bit of rust underneath. And yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna tape over these areas and then start sanding. So let's get it. Give you a little showing of what it looks like. That right there is the crack completely gone, and everywhere around it is sanded and fairly smooth, which means that you can get paint pretty soon. Okay, so that's the two body panels taken care of. Now I need to address the driver's side window because it doesn't go up. And when I first got the car, it did. Now it doesn't. So, and it's too far down. I can't like grab it and pull it up. It's all the way down in the door. So that means I have to take the door panel off. So that's what we're doing. Moving on to the next section. And that would be this right here. And this I am really trying to address because it's gone, the little scratch has gone through the paint and rust is starting to show up. So definitely want to get that out. That way there won't be rust spreading to along and something that I won't be able to deal with anymore. Yeah, just tackle that early. Right, so moving on to the next part of the build, we're going to be tackling the top part of this back bumper right here, because, well, it's all looking not too great. Like stuff like that goes all the way along. More bits here and here, and it's all just not looking too great. So we're gonna tackle that. So this is the last night of my weekend build, so I'm trying to get as much done as possible. It definitely had a lot less time than I thought I would because I was out all day getting his car registered. And that was a little bit of a mess, but in the end, I can now say, in the government's view, I am a proud owner of a 1992 Toyota MR2. So, I got the antique plate, and it looks absolutely fabulous. And so tonight we're just painting both bumpers, and there was a little spot on the back bumper where I added some more Bondo, which I'm going to sand down quickly, and then that'll be everything for tonight. So no painting of the wheels today, that's just going to have to come later, but yeah. So that's the primer. We're gonna give that a good 30 minutes to dry now before we sand it down and paint. So, yeah. Alright, so the paint color didn't exactly go to plan. It was way too bright for the rest of the body. So I kind of paint matched on the fly. I found a green bottle, and from that distance, it looks the same. So I'm very happy with how it turned out. This is my first time ever painting anything. So yeah, I mean, the fact that it looks identical almost. So very happy with how that turned out. I'm just gonna spray clear coat on top, and we'll sand it a little bit, clear coat on top, and then that'll be it. Right, so that's the end of this weekend's work, and I'll show you what we got. So that is the painted side, and the hand or the eyeballed color matching turned out pretty good. There are like two lines just because it looks like clear coat is painted over dust on the front. So and obviously since the paint is on top and like layered with like 7 layers, then it's gonna creates a line as well, so that's just gonna have to be fixed. But I mean, yeah, if you look, it's the exact same color, and this front is starting to look really good. Take a look at the back. This, I mean, is just clear coat because they're messed up in a few areas. It's hard to see, but it's not even, so that is gonna have to be bondoed next time I'm here. But I mean, overall, this car is starting to look really good on the front, and I'm very happy about that. So that ends this weekend's build in the weekend build series, and well, I'll see you guys in the next weekend.